Vasconcelos.
Thank you.
You guys excited about this?
Super, super excited. It's a truly unique event. It combines the best elements of street terrain with the best elements of park terrain, so it's going to be an exciting one.
You've had a glimpse of this course as well, haven't you, Nora?
Oh yeah, it's complete chaos. So I'm really looking forward to kind of standing back and watching it. It's going to be wild.
Okay, we've got a course preview now with Pedro Boss and Zion Wright on the Rilo camera.
Here we are. Little bank to ledge.
He just hits everything with the camera in his hand.
Got this bank to wall. Into these picnic tables. A little Humpty Dunk. Yeah.
And you got this thing. Ow! You gotta kind of stop your speed. Almost.
Got turned into the rail.
Zio!
This little pocket.
This is fast right here, so
down into the
you gotta
lake.
kind of hold that so you can clear this whole water.
Up to the lake.
This
up and over. Ah! And yeah, they're installing the nets because boards were going in the water, and that's a no-go.
Those Rilo cameras are pretty impressive. Chris, we saw Zion and Pedro there. They're just two of a completely stacked lineup of skaters.
Yeah, it's a new generation of skaters that can skate everything. A couple more names I'll throw out there. Alex Sorgente, Jake Alardi from Florida, our first place qualifier. Those guys are just all-terrain destroyers, so it's going to be an exciting ride.
And yourself and Candy Jacobs included, there was a three-woman qualifier. Fabiana Delfino made it through.
Oh yeah, just speed and power in, and I'm really excited to watch her today.
Okay, well, Nora took to the course yesterday. These are her first impressions. Very entertaining.
Hey guys, Nora Vasconcelos here. We are at the Red Bull roller coaster in Munich. First time, it looks crazy, looks really fun. Let's check it out.
That is crazy.
Hi, oh, Candy.
Yeah. What's up, bro?
How are you?
It's crazy. Like, I've never skated anything like this. It's mental and it gives you such a rush. It's insane.
Once I saw the photos and everything, I was just like, yeah, sign me up. I'm down to try it out and see how it goes.
What's up? Dude. How are you? That was amazing. How do you like the course?
It's really sick. The course is awesome.
I love what you're doing. Fabiana, the queen of speed, she's here.
Each of those obstacles in their own right looks really difficult to skate, but you've got 12 of them in a row.
Oh yeah, it's really insane, and the amount, like the speed that you carry, and as you build going down into the end, it's really incredible because you go faster and faster, and yet your legs get more and more tired. So it's truly something else.
It sounds like a recipe for success. Take a look at this start list though, Chris. Who's standing out for you here?
Right there, I'd say Pedro Boss, Zion Wright, who Ali Bergen, who designed the course, said he had Zion in mind. So definitely look out for those two. France's Vincent Milou and Danny Leon from Spain. We've got an international field. And as I mentioned before, Alex Sorgente is going to crush it.
Yeah, pretty much everyone on that list deserves to be there. It's going to be absolute mayhem. It's not just Nora, Chris, and myself looking after you today, though. There is a fourth member of our team, and she is with the legend, who's also a judge today, Pat Duffy.
Yeah, and Pat, today's not only about street skating, but transition as well. So for you as a judge, what specifically are you looking for?
We're looking for speed, style, how high you go, and your trick selection. That's what we're looking for sure. Even if you have a little bail, that's okay as long as you're going fast.
So there you guys go, some speed.
Well, that is a very simple formula. If this was a real roller coaster, though, this would be the point where the bars come down.
Hands in, or are we going all hands up?
We're going hands up.
Hands
we
up.
get ratcheted up to the top, and then we're over. Woo! Okay, enough of the nonsense. Let's get stuck into this. Fabiana Delfino.
First skater is in. Nice frontside rock from Fabiana into the backside 50-50. Little ollie on the picnic table bank. Half cab over the hip, keeping her speed. You got a speed check through this course, yeah, Nora?
Oh God, yeah, and she's the queen of that. She has a brother Pedro, who's an insane skateboarder, and they skate so similar, so powerful. So yeah, she's been on top in this course really the whole week.
Love
wow, nice body varial to Disaster there, coming around, heading for the final section. Nice manual. Oh, almost hanging on. That was some kind of body varial sugarcane there.
That was great.
Fabiana.
That was almost a complete run. That was really gnarly.
And Nora, something that doesn't come off from watching in the booth here is just how scary the course is, eh?
Oh, totally. The whole time you're not only thinking about what you're doing, but you're kind of trying to stay in control and not fly off the edge.
Controlled chaos.
Because it's only kind of 2.5, 3 meters wide at points, and then you've got on that downside of the drop maybe a couple of meters. So if you go over the edge.
Yeah, it's actually more like a track. The course is actually suspended off the air, so definitely an element of fear that comes into play as you're cruising down the course.
That was super tech, the body varial sugarcane.
Yeah, I really want to see her do that.
Okay, so first run down for Fabiana Delfino. 2 runs, best score counts. She smashes the fairground hammer.
A strongman bell to a 34.
Okay.
34.66 to be exact.
Bobby!
So the graduate of Palm Beach State College Business Management School banks a 34.
Yeah, that was pretty in line with her scores from yesterday, so nice.
There's like 5 people in the final from Florida. It's pretty wild.
It feels like all of the Americans in there are from Florida, apart from Curran.
Yeah.
Okay, next in, Kevin Baker from Norway. He's well suited to this. He won the Grizzly Death Race at the CP Open in 2016.
Yeah, Kevin's been killing it at some Euro bowl events for a few years now. Off to a little bit of a rocky start, but plenty of time. He's got 10 more obstacles. Nice alley-oop 50-50. Nice nose blunt there on the BF Goodrich table. Frontside wall ride through the hip. Massive lean air over the elbow. Backside tweaker on our rainbow wall. What's he got for the handrail? Nice nose grind. This is a great run after the recovery on that first bail. I love how he conquers the bowl section.
That's the hardest part.
Do you think so?
I think so. You're going in with so much speed and you're trying to really contain yourself before the end there.
Nice backside 360 into that slob Disaster that he struggled with yesterday, ending with a feeble grind. That was a great, great run.
And the oh, did you see that? Stall on the tire. Bit of rebound off the BF Goodrich. It felt to me, Kevin yesterday he didn't put a run anywhere near as good as that together, and he still qualified, so this could be a real shake-up.
Yeah, he got off to a little bit of a rocky start, and it's funny because he fell on arguably the easiest thing in his line with the Smith grind to start, but ended off with a bang. Recovered well. Sometimes people get kind of spooked by a fall, but Kevin stayed composed and recovered well.
Is that tighter than it looks, Nora, at the bottom?
Oh, completely. It's really easy to just kind of fly off the side of it. One thing that's kind of crazy about this course is you can never act too casual. Even if you think you've got something in the bag, you have to approach each wall like, hang on, you know?
Okay, that's a good way to look at it. Strongman hammer. 65.
65. Mid-range.
With the fall.
Mid-range, yeah. I think to podium, I'd predict you're going to have scores closer to, I'd say, an 80. Okay. It's a little ways to go. He's got to recover from that first fall.
Okay, you can see there just how packed this Munich Olympic Park is. And considering Germany played tonight in the World Cup, that is a huge crowd. Okay, next rider in, Pedro Boss from Florianopolis, arguably the most successful bowl skater of all time. He absolutely charges.
Yeah, Pedro has just been destroying the Vans Park Series. Nice start with the nose grind into the tail slide. See if he makes adjustments from yesterday's line. Looks like it. Nice alley-oop boneless we didn't see yesterday in qualifying. Ollies the entire picnic table. Oh, that Smith grind on the banked wall. He struggled with that yesterday. Recovering with that ollie over the elbow. Nice alley-oop lean air there.
Oh. The speed you've got to control.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that little power slide combo.
The only skater yesterday.
Alley-oop ollie.
Yeah, you got 3 hits in there again.
Yeah, I like when people take their time there because you can get more points if you're going to do something technical like that. But also,
nice 360. The 540. Wow.
It does just line you up better. It's really rad.
Pedro's coming out swinging. He ain't messing around.
But you've got to, haven't you? We haven't got 3 runs as they did in qualies. There's no sleeping on these runs. 2 runs, you've got to make 1 count.
Best run counts.
I'm impressed with that last hit on that wall because that is a small wall, and he skates it like a vert ramp.
Yeah, and I spoke to all 5 judges. I know we spoke to Pat earlier, and generally speaking, they're looking for progression and difficulty over consistency. So they don't want to see basic tricks like the regular board slides and 50-50s. They want the guys to push the limits.
That's a danger when you've got such a progressive course, is that people will scale it back and just try and land a run.
And everyone's going so fast, it's hard not to keep it basic.
That was an all-out assault on the course from Pedro Barros, run 1. So, nerve-wracking.
I'm gonna go 70, whoa, wow. Huh. 59, all right.
Well, the bail cost him way more than it cost Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, he had 2 falls though.
Okay, yeah, of course.
I think that one at the end really hurt him as well.
But we want to see Pedro make that entire line. That's in contention if he pulls it.
A lot of people basking in the sun, starting to relax here. And things are just starting to heat up. If you're just joining us, it's Red Bull Roller Coaster, a completely new concept of skate event. And we can throw down to the finish area now where Tina Dixon is with Pedro Barros.
Yeah, and it is a completely new event, something that no one really has seen before, transition, you've got street. How tough is it to do a top to bottom run?
Oh, it's really hard. I mean, it's a long course and you got a lot of obstacles in the middle of it, so you got to make sure you hit every one of them, and you got to make sure you're skating fast. So in the end, you're like, whoa, just ran a marathon. But it's skateboarding, and it's super fun.
Yeah, good stuff, guys.
Zion Wright is in. Nice frontside half cab. Oh, the nose grind. Someone that does not shy away from difficulty. And I like how Zion he goes difficult straight away. He never does safety runs, which I respect.
Not at all.
Yeah, have you ever seen a Zion safety run, Nora?
I wouldn't even know what that looks like.
Nice front blunt. Oh, the tail side to fakie.
The angle of that is insane.
Nice half cab Indy. Alley-oop lean. Ollieing over the handrail. Taking out our cameraman, but keeps going. Get him, Z.
Got to give some credit to the follow cam guys.
Oh, this is a crazy course to film.
Oh, wow.
That was beautiful. Toe tip control at 270, and then it just floated away from him. Okay, so a couple of big, heavy hitters there dropping their first runs. It's leaving the door wide open for someone to lay down kind of maybe an 80 or 90% run.
Yeah, we haven't seen proper scores from these guys because we've had some falls, so a full run. We'll see these guys with scores in the 80s for
That
sure.
was amazing.
That was so gnarly.
That was
body shape coming off it.
It was great. That's a real, that you come off that at such a crazy angle. It's a really narrow part of the course.
And it broken, like his legs were still set up properly, but his upper body was just...
Best of the best.
Yeah, Zion's like one big muscle, man. So much power.
Nearly held that as well.
Over our water gap, going for that back 3. We want to see a complete run from Dr. Z. Yeah, not a typical Zion Wright run.
Okay.
Got one more run to put it all together, though.
44.33.
So we have not had a complete run yet.
True that.
FYI.
There we see a shot of our crowd. Massive festival going on here for the Munich Mash.
Okay, next up, Curran Caples, quintessential Californian kid. He's almost as good at surfing as he is at skateboarding.
Let's see what he's got.
He just snuck in, didn't he, yesterday in qualifiers? So
yeah, he's good at that. Wow, nose blunt slide in, tail slide. That's that surf style. I love that. Just huge alley-oop frontside ollie.
Nice blunt
So
slide.
far, so good. Nose grind, wow. This is a really solid run. Coming out into huge backside air. I love the speed check after the backside air on that bank.
Yes, he made the backside Smith grind.
Oh! My God, yes.
And that's
Went
what was
for the
missing
frontside
yesterday.
flip.
Frontside flip. That
Holds
is so
it.
insane.
I love that Curran's
Hold on,
going
Curran.
all out. Not a safety run at all.
That was so great.
That's
Wow,
incredible.
Curran.
Having
He barely hung on to that front feeble.
That was
he
perfect.
squeaked through qualifiers and then he lays that down
Yeah.
first run.
Yeah, that was extremely technical. It was extremely fluid. He even pushes right there, like such a speed section.
Yeah, we saw that blunt slide on the BF Goodrich table and then the nose grind on that pool coping wall. So rad. Nice Japan tweaker. Into the frontside flip.
That
Risky move for Curran
really
Caples. Nice backside air. Sets himself up for a backside air on the quarter pipe, which, Nora, you said the transition's a little mellow, so that's difficult.
It's a small ramp. You come out of a long gap into a small ramp, so you really have to be in control.
Great run from Curran Caples.
He's got to be stoked. That's got to be
80s?
80s.
At least,
high
yeah.
80s.
Mid 80s, I'm claiming. Oh, 87.
87.
Nice.
All right, Curran. He's stoked. That's awesome.
That's a really good marker as well because Jake Kilardi was 83 point.
That was Jake's best run yesterday?
85.33 was best run we saw yesterday.
Wow.
So that is a big milestone to go past.
Judges
85.
like that. Well, he took risks on the frontside flip, and it obviously paid off with our judges.
Okay, Tina's
Amazing
down
work.
in the finish area with Curran now.
Yeah, giant score from Curran on that first run. Give us your take because you were not holding back at all.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a bunch of tricks I didn't land really in practice either, so I'm kind of surprised that I put it all together. So I'm stoked.
How is the speed on this course?
It's kind of hard once you get to the rail. It's kind of hard to check your speed, but that one I kind of went slower than I even wanted to go, so it worked out good. Yeah.
And a great first run score.
Vincent, tail slide to fakie. Getting hung up on the fakie Smith.
Fair to say that Vincent's the most street-orientated rider in the final?
One of them. I mean, he's got a face in Street League, so that's really impressive.
Yeah, Vincent qualifying for
Wow.
Street League at the London contest that just went down.
He killed that contest.
His consistency flipping into stuff is
Extreme.
second to none.
Extreme.
And I think that's what we're looking for here. It certainly worked for him. It was frontside flip to board slide, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On that gap.
Frontside air
Board
coming
slides
into the
every
speed
time.
section. Nice.
Oh, come on, Vincent. We
Struggling.
need your mojo for
Bit.
today.
But its best run counts.
Yeah.
So Vincent will get another stab.
It's
at
nice
putting together
sometimes
a
to
run.
finish the run, though, and get the jitters out.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't get a lot of practice, so you might as well finish out, right?
Yeah.
Keep the legs loose.
Totally.
Okay, so
See that power slide.
the Frenchman from Aquitaine, southwest France.
I want to go to the south of France.
We've seen
Sounds
Vincent
great.
killing it at simple session the
Look
last.
at that.
there you
That's
go.
like clockwork. What is this?
Going for the kickflip lip slide.
Yeah, if he can put together a run with multiple flip in to the rail, flip indies, anything like that, that's really technical.
Yeah, there was just nothing. He couldn't get the flow together on that one, but
Yeah.
if he can find that mojo.
Well, when you fall once, especially on the first or second trick, it's gonna just kind of throw you off. It haunts you.
Yeah, and something that you can't see from up here, that bank to ledge that everybody hits second obstacle it's risky. The whole thing is suspended 6 feet off the ground, so it's a lot scarier than it looks from.
Yes, and it's very abrupt. You kind of ollie in, trying to have a lot of speed in it.
Comes up quick.
Very quick.
Yeah, not the scores we're used to from Vincent Milou, but he'll have a second try, second crack at the roller
coaster.
Roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
Okay, so Curran Caples currently leading after 2 disappointing runs in qualifying. He managed to sneak in, but then he's laid down the marker that everyone is now chasing. 10 skaters, 2 runs, best run counts. Next up is Alex Sorgente, and Chris, he was your pick.
Yeah, Alex is just the total all-terrain vehicle. He's been skating a ton of street with his roommates Jamie Foy and Zion Wright, so the street skills have been improving, which we saw in qualifying. Off a bit of a rough start there after I hyped him up. Get a chance to reset here. Nice Wally to 5-0. Alex has enough contest experience to know how to recover, but
it's hard. He hasn't fallen on this stuff in practice at all.
Yeah, we've seen Alex just crushing it.
But yeah, every single obstacle is technical, and it can throw you off really quick.
Nice backside air over the elbow. Alley-oop backside ollie. That was so massive. Nice frontside lip slide. I like how he works the bowl section. 50-50 to fakie into that half cab blunt. Nice little combo setting up for the mega, mini mega I should say. Backside 3. Oh, into the alley-oop body jar. Backside 50. Nice recovery. Still making a decent run out of that first go.
You can fit a lot into the end. I mean, once you get down to that flat, you've got kind of three potential tricks you can make too.
Yeah, and I think you nailed it with the guys wanting to just keep warm and keep skating. Get some extra practice.
Yeah.
How difficult is that banked wall, Nora?
I could not figure it out. I don't know what it is. Seems like it goes on forever.
That was one of the best things I saw yesterday.
The alley-oop backside ollie.
Yeah, so
smooth. The 50-50 to fakie. That half cap blunt to fakie. Nice work from Alex Sorgente.
And he's taken a leaf out of Pedro's, but making sure he gets 3 hits out of that bowl corner.
Nice backside 360.
Bye hat.
Well, it cleared the gap. Didn't get wet.
I know.
And that lean body jar. Great recovery from Alex. I'm going, I was going to say 60.
Too early falls.
51.66. So 4th place slots in just behind Pedro on a 59.66, Kevin Bakel on a 65.66. But the only clean run we've seen top to bottom so far is from Curran Caples, who currently leads with an 87. Tina is down in the finish area with Alex Sorgente now.
Yeah, and Alex finished that run off great. And we've seen some falls earlier in this competition that we haven't seen in qualifiers and in practice. Is everyone just pushing that much harder because of the finals?
Well, I mean, it's like we only have 2 chances, so I guess everyone just trying to do their best run they can, like straight out the get-go. So, I mean, I just tried to like go off with a hard trick at the first, and that didn't work out. But it's like I got one more shot, so we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Alex.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Oh, they're starting to get really amped down there.
Yeah, and there you heard it from Alex. The guys are just pulling out all stops. There's no safety runs going on.
Yep, 2 runs to make it count. And this is a man who knows how to make it count. 2017 Skater of the Year, the most prestigious award in skateboarding. Jamie Foy, Deerfield Beach in Florida. He is not scared of anything.
No. Jamie Foy is a rail chomper, but he's getting some transition skills, rooming with Alex Sorgente, so he's a little more suited to contests these days. Can skate everything.
Let's switch
nice fakie alley 50-50 in. I love, oh wow!
Wow.
Going for a switch crooked grind, but went to disaster and pulled it. Smith to tail slide. Oh, going for the 180 nose grind. Yeah, these guys are not pulling out, they're just pulling out all stops. They're not going safety runs at all. Super difficult tricks.
This is when you see how difficult the course really is, you know?
Yeah, right? Nice 1 foot over that hip. In the backside nose grind. Nice recovery from Jamie Foy. get some contest experience. Nose blunt to fakie. Not quite hanging on.
Well, you got to hope that we're going to get exactly the same kind of session mentality that we saw in the BMX finals, where people are starting to ride quite quickly, and as soon as you warm up, these second runs are going to come in a lot harder.
Totally.
Because at the moment, we've lost so far bails from Pedro, Zion, and Alex
Jamie,
Sargente.
yeah.
So,
and Jamie, yeah. All these guys are capable of putting together runs in the mid to high 80s. Any of those names you mentioned could win the contest, so hopefully on the second runs, we'll see the runs we all want to see.
well, we still got 2 riders to drop on these first runs, and both of them have got pedigree, Danny Leon and Jake Ilardi, so.
It's gonna be gnarly.
That was a nice
Yeah, this little
backside
slip up was hard.
tail.
Oh.
Going for the 180 nose grind. Not
It's the worst when it goes off the course. And you're just chasing after it. Not fun. Aw, she's so sad.
The nose blunt to fakie. Almost hanging on. Nice backside air over the water gap.
I love that.
Going for the alley-oop frontside air.
Coming up a bit short, but then right here. Oh.
Okay, let's take a look as he approaches the strongman hammer. And the power of the slap there, probably reflective of the score of 46. Our next rider in is Danny Leon. Before he decided to skate, we sat him down for a couple of words.
Here you can see who is skating everything, because some people try to skate only the race or the legs, and other ones only skate the transition. But you can see the real style and the real skateboarding when you don't care about what you can find on the way, and you do whatever.
So, Danny Leon from Madrid. One day he looked out of his apartment window and they were building Mosteles skate park under his house.
Wow.
And the rest, as they say, is history. So there's the leaderboard. Curran Caples, head of Kevin Bakel, Barros, Sargenti, Foy, Wright. We have 2 skaters left to drop now. Danny Leon is up next, and then first place from qualifying, Jake Ilardi. And as soon as we sat down and started talking through the start list, you said Jake Ilardi's the man.
Yeah, we've been seeing him kill amateur contests for a year or 2 now. So he's well known in the States, but this is his first international big event.
All right, on to Danny.
So Danny Leon of Spain, 23 years old. I think one of the most transition-orientated skaters here. He's so strong on those quarters and banks.
Yeah, Danny's got a good flow.
Look at that, he wants some speed as
that
well.
Marseille Park a ton.
Nollie nose grind in. That is so into a backtail. That is really hard.
Bit of slalom pump for speed.
Big boneless. Ooh, trail slide on the picnic table. Oh.
Crail blunt slide.
That is so, like, I wouldn't even think to do that,
qualifying.
you know?
So risky.
Yeah. Big backside air over the hip. Huge sailfish onto the bank wall. Speed checking into the rail. Lip slide. I love the speed checks. It's a blunt variation. Ooh, layback.
I love that combo.
so rad. Good. Such a tight area to do that. Indy 3, what's he gonna do? Nice, Madonna. Oh! Tray flip over the gap.
That 360 flip for scores.
That's rad because not many people are hitting that gap. That's a little bit risky to do. It's much easier, I think, to just hit the rail. You know?
I think there'd have been a really strong argument as well. If he'd only had the bail on the Crail blunt slide, I think he could have beaten Kevin Bakel into second.
Yeah, that was definitely a risky 3 flip.
It was, and then that bowl corner with the 3 tricks. It was a little bit like some kind of visual representation of skate history through tricks.
It really was.
Boosting.
Ending in the layback.
Boneless on the bank wall. And there's he's setting up for the Crail slide. Oh, not quite getting on top.
I hadn't realized that he was almost early grabbing to pull it round.
Yeah.
I thought he was grabbing once he was in the slide, but he's not, is he?
I would not know where to begin with that.
Stalefish air into the lip slide. 5-0 grinding through the corner, and in the front blunt. And then I love this, the Christian Hosoi style layback.
With the water in the back. It's really nice.
And then it's down into the snake pit in front of all of that crowd.
Yeah, so we've only seen one complete run so far.
That's crazy. Not surprising, but it's a hard course. 62.
62.
So Danny Leon slots into third place just behind Kevin Bakel, just ahead of Pedro Barros. But as we said, not one, well, only Curran Capel's run landed.
Yeah.
And considering what we saw in qualifying.
Now it's a game to stay on your skateboard for the rest of the competitors.
Yeah, you got to be strategic.
Unless, well, we haven't seen Jake Ilardi yet. He's been
one competitor left.
You said he's done the hard yards. Internationally, he's not that well known, but he's done the hard yards on the AM circuit in the States. And it's almost, he's knocked the nerves out of himself doing that.
Yeah, well, the AM contest, the kids are as good as the pros these days. It's so crazy, the progression.
Hey, Jake.
So Jake Ilardi from Osprey in Florida. Just 21 years old. We said he's done the rounds on the AM circuits. He's ready to step up to the big leagues. And he did it in qualifying. Can he do it in the finals?
Backsmith in. Front Smith off the ledge. Let's see what he's going to do on the bank wall. Nice, back tail. Back tail, I like that. That wall ride, that is just really difficult to control. Like, to come in
a lot harder than it looks. From here.
And McTwist, hat coming off.
Makes it.
Flip slide.
Now the challenge is to control the adrenaline.
Yeah, completely.
This is the line he did in qualifying that got him first place.
Sets up his feet.
Indy 3, wow!
Makes it. Oh, wow!
Like, I don't even understand. Varial flip Indy after an Indy 3. Squatting out both.
He turned into a human deck chair of that 360.
He missed his last trick on the flat bar. I don't know if the judges will take note of that or not, but that was an amazing run.
There's an Instagram account called Skate Squats, and he will be on it in less than 24 hours.
He went back up to get his cap. A couple of extra tricks.
Such a sick run.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a time limit somewhere in the rule book. He might be able to knock out a couple more tricks before that's up.
He did yesterday. Did he do a flat? He just did a tray flip, I think, on flat after one of his runs.
You see the back tail on the table. Nice 540, losing the hat, speed checking, setting up for the handrail. And we have the front blunt through the bold corner. In the bold corner. Setting himself up for this Indy 3.
Just a little bit backseat, wasn't he?
Almost losing it.
Yeah.
Dropped that center of gravity though and held on.
That was a great run from Jake Ilardi.
He did that yesterday. He smashed that strongman hammer. 77.
77.
Wow, so I guess he lost a trick in the Smith grind flat bar at the end, and maybe that cost him.
Yeah,
judges.
could be it.
They might have rubbed a bit off as well, just for finesse.
Well, even for like subtle things. So he did the back tail on the bank wall, and then he did back tail on the picnic table. You know, I wouldn't count that off, but some people would look at that as repeating a trick.
I think that there was definitely a case of setup in maybe the first 3 or 4 obstacles there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake might have been playing it safe and reacting to skaters just not staying on their boards in general.
Okay, so be able to take a look back at some highlights from those first runs. Real surprise for me, having seen qualifying and seen how
consistent
everyone was, it suddenly dropped away. Is it the pressure, do you think?
I think so. I think it's nerve-wracking, and I think now people are going to be really hungry to pull it together in this second run.
I tell you what, this man, Kevin Bakel, will be kicking himself for that little bail he had up top, because the rest of the run, I mean, this would have been pushing Curran for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we see Jake Ilardi's 540. That front side blunt that thing's suspended like 20 feet in the air, so it's a lot riskier than it looks.
Very tight.
As well, though, he's only knocking out one trick in that bowl corner. He's dropped two other scores from there.
Yeah.
Indy 360 over our mini mega. And we see Curran Capel's nice blunt slide pushing as if you need more speed, huh?
I like his grip tape. I'm into that. Woo!
That grip tape worked on that frontside flip.
So nice.
After Wade dropped that frontside flip twice in qualifying and had to revert to a safety trick through there, that was a big move for him.
That was risky. I like it.
Look
Tail
at that.
slide on the bank to ledge.
2/3 of the distance as well.
That nose grind on the wall ride obstacle, so sick. Into the frontside nose bone over the elbow.
Bit of crossbone flavor on that.
I love that.
Oh, so good.
It's treating us.
Now they are getting ready for this second run.
So those are confirmation of the standings after the first drop. Curran Capel's 10 points of daylight over Jake Ilardi in second, Kevin Bakel third, and then some unfamiliar positions for some big names. Danny Leon, Pedro Barros, Alex Sorgenti are 4th to 6th, and then Jamie Foy, Zion Wright, Fabiana Delfino, and Vincent Milo. Huge names in some unfamiliar positions.
Yeah. There's this whole contest could change, though. I mean, none of the big name guys that we're used to beyond Curran put together a complete run. So a lot more skateboarding left for run number 2.
Who are you going to peg? Who do you think is going to stand out?
I'm really happy on Curran's run, but I think Pedro and Sorgente could pull something together.
Okay, we can take a look now. We've got some bits and pieces from Pedro's run, because arguably Pedro's the guy who could come out. If this goes well for him, he's one of the guys who can step up.
Oh, for sure. And that's what he does. He always pulls it together in the last minute.
That's Pedro's game, that massive ollie.
I love that. That was
table.
so gnarly.
So sick.
So gnarly.
Okay, let's take a little look at Curran Capel's run as well, because, I mean, it wasn't just that he landed everything, he really let this run hang out.
Yeah, Curran kept his speed, barely speed checked at all. Nice nose grind there.
And you said that obstacle's way harder on the angles than it looks.
Oh, for sure. You're going under a tree. You have a really small area to land, and when you land, you're almost shooting off into this fence. So it's really difficult, and it looked like he had done that run in his sleep. You know.
Okay, we're going to take a quick look at Zion Wright as well. You said earlier on that this course was designed around Zion skating.
Yeah, Ollie Bergen said he had Zion in mind when he designed this course, because to me, Zion epitomizes the modern day street skater. They can skate everything. So I think Zion's capable of winning this whole thing with the right run.
Okay, well, we're going to go down to the finish area now where Tina's with Jamie Foy.
Yeah, and Jamie, now that one run is in the books, maybe the nerves are a little bit more settled. What do you think second runs are going to be like?
I think it might be a little better because, I mean, at first we were sitting up there for like 10 minutes and not really having skated the course. So it's like we kind of got a rundown right now, and then hopefully we can try to get it a little better. But it's just kind of crazy because we're up there for a second, just sitting there, not skating. So it's just kind of hard to like drop it and just get the run flawless. So hopefully the next one goes good.
You know, overall, though, how would you describe this event?
I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, look at it. There's so many people here, and it's cool to have the crowd cheering for you, and then you're just hauling ass downhill, so it's sick.
Thanks so much, Jamie. Guys.
Thanks, guys.
I like the way that Jamie Foy skates like he's driving an 18-wheel truck. Okay, we're going to go for a quick break, but when we come back, we will have all of the action from a packed second run.
Hi, I'm Zion Wright from the USA.
My name is Jamie Foy, and I'm from the USA.
It's gonna be sick to see the different styles of how people approach the course. Some people going super fast, some people kind of going slow, you know, feeling it out, like trying to hit everything.
Normal contest is just a course usually built in like a circle, so that way when you want to skate it, you can like do runs and just go in circles and do a bunch of different tricks. But with this one, it's kind of like skiing or snowboarding. Start at the top, and then you go down and you hit the obstacles as you pass them.
Getting on the course first is not really so important because for me, I kind of like watching other people skate it and see how they skate it. Because I mean, when you see a line or something, you might get stuck on that line because you can't really see anything else.
It's sick because we're both giving insight, you know, like, oh, what are you gonna do on this? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. So it's like good feedback.
We're both regulars, so we kind of do the same tricks too, so got to figure out our own separate tricks, so that way we don't have the same run and everything. Oh, another board in the water, man. Yeah, that's 2 so far, and I think the course has been open for 30 minutes, so it's gonna be an interesting weekend.
My type of skating is I like to skate everything, so like I'm pretty prepared for it, but it should be fun just to see all the different aspects and like putting it together, you know?
The goal for me is just try to get a solid run. I just want to be able to start from the top, get to the bottom, land everything I want to land, and if the score is high enough to get up there, that'd be cool. If not, I mean, I did my best, so I'll be stoked.
Welcome back to Olympic Park here in Munich for the Red Bull roller coaster. It is a skate comp like absolutely no other. I have Chris Pastras and Nora Vasconcelos with me. We've already had first runs, a lot of pressure for a lot of people on second runs now.
Yeah, I think, you know, we saw in that interview, I think that the guys are just getting there, with Jamie Foy, I think they're just getting loose. They haven't had a lot of practice. They had a standby for 10 minutes or so. So normally in contests, you get to warm up on a fun box or skate some flat ground. And with this kind of course, it's like you're off course or you're on course. So I think we're seeing a case of the guys just not being warm.
Okay, they can't lap backwards and forwards. Do you think Curran Caples is in the strongest position? Already having a score on the board, he can just relax and really go for it?
I think with this kind of lineup, you can never relax. But at the same time, he has a really high score, especially compared to second place. So he's in a good position, but you can never hold off and think that you're all set.
Okay, let's look at Fabiana Delfino, where we saw yesterday in qualifying, she had that beautiful nose manual across the top of the hip.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that yet today. Is it coming out?
Yeah, I think so. I think she has a few kind of tricks up her sleeve she can pull out. I'd love to see the trick at the end. Basically, the body varial sugarcane was going to be really, really rad.
Yes. Okay, this is the start list for second runs. Fabiana will open up, then it's the Norwegian, Kevin Bakel, Pedro Barros, Zion Wright, Curran Caples, current leader, will come in the middle of the pack. Then it's Vincent Milou, Alex Sorgente, Jamie Foy, Danny Leon, and Jake Ilardi. So Ilardi was first place qualifier, and he had one mistake in there, but you can see the skill set that he's got.
Yeah, for sure.
He can do everything. He just needs to box quite clever on that course.
Yeah, he kind of had a sketch, you know, towards the end of his run. You know, we saw the squat and barely pulled off the Indy varial, the kickflip varial Indy, and then missed the last obstacle. So I think that was reflected in his scores. Not quite as high as yesterday.
Okay. So time to open up the second runs. There's Munich's old TV tower. And here is Fabiana Delfino, the Floridian. As you said earlier, Nora, most of the Americans here are from Florida.
Yeah, there's like 5 of them in the finals.
What is it about Florida at the moment?
I wish I could tell you. She's gonna go up, 50-50, see if she's got ollie over that. I love that. Power slide, switch into a nice half cab on that hip. She goes, here's that. Nice.
Yes.
I love that nose mani. And a little disaster in. That's really stylish.
Avoiding that tree.
Yeah, seriously. No. Oh, that was awesome.
That's the first time she's attacked that gap.
Yeah, totally. And you're coming in so fast, and the angle, it's slanted. So body varial, speed checking into the bottom of the course. What she got? Let's see it. Oh. So close.
Body varial,
such a shame.
Yeah, I think if she had landed that ollie on the gap, you know, you've just got the momentum. I think she would have had the adrenaline to really pull it together at the end. But still, such good skating from Fabi.
Well, she attacked the entire course, so.
Just very unique style. Like, nobody's doing some of the stuff that she's doing, and that's what I love about this kind of event.
do you think that's kind of the case in women's skateboarding as a whole? There are a lot of different directions it's being taken in.
Totally, and I think what's happening right now is there's room for all different types of styles and all different types of women to really kind of prove, you know, this is what we can do, and there's just it's just been really cool to watch the progression.
Power sliding around that tree.
A lot of people probably don't realize just how hard it is to do a backside power slide, let alone...
That is so difficult, to just contain like a body varial rock like that. Like I wouldn't even...
Because as you said, you're carrying so much speed.
You're carrying so much speed.
See if she can improve on her score of a 34.66.
Nah.
Big
All
smile
smiles.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the best.
Fabiana Delfino, skate counselor, graduate, and incredible skater. So back up to the top, and it's the man currently sat in third place. Kevin Bakel, a Norwegian. Little known fact, he can do a really realistic bark, like a dog.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, I'd really like Tina to ask him to bark if he can.
We need him to bark like a dog in this second run here.
I love that. Wally into 50. There we go, tail slide. He's gonna do on the bank wall. I like that. Alley-oop, 50, grab out.
The guy's got the jitters out on those first runs.
Oh yeah, nice nose blunt. That wall ride is really sketchy. I still can't
high
believe
speed.
that. Lean over the hip, coming into this wall. Is he gonna do?
Oh, throws away the backside air. No.
That was the biggest backside air he's done by miles.
Yeah. 50-50 down the rail. Oh, I bet he's not
Yeah, and
happy with
Jamie
that.
mentioned it. The guys didn't have a ton of warm-up, so some of them, this is their warm-up.
Yeah. What's he got over the gap? Yeah.
Throwing away the back three.
Oh, so disappointing for Kevin, because what he wants to do there is bolt those two runs together, take the first half of the second run and the second half of the first run. A cut and shut, they call it in the car industry. You ever come across that? If you get two rubbish cars, one that's been smashed at the front and one at the back, and then you cut the bits you don't need and weld them
Frankenstein
together.
car.
I think I've seen them on the road.
Nice front tail slide into that alley-oop 50-50, grabbing front side on the big bank wall. High speed nose blunt.
Oh, I love that. Kid picking his nose back. It's a good day.
That's some height there as well.
Throwing away that 360 air. Almost had it.
He cleared that in a half.
Still sitting in third place so far, though.
So taking a bit of frustration out on the strongman hammer, and he manages to get out of the 30s, but still in third place as it stands, 65.66. So at the moment, the trend continues. Consistency is king right now, and Curran Caples is the only guy who's managed to conquer it.
Yeah, what do you think, Nora? Are people going to just try to stay on their boards from here on out? Or what?
I don't know. I'm trying to put myself in that position, and I don't know what I would do. A little stressful. It's honestly, one of the unique things about this course is it's a very different thing than we've skated. So you really want to do your best. You want to push yourself.
So Pedro Boss wasn't given a huge score in qualifying despite a very, very impressive run. Dropped that first run, still managed to bank just shy of 60 points. So a bit of pressure on Pedro, but he thrives on this.
Yeah, and often when Pedro doesn't get scored right, it just makes him skate that much harder, faster and higher. Hopefully that's the case here. The alley-oop boneless, nice backside 50 hanging on.
He's out to
There's the Smith
point.
grind. He struggled with that in a few runs. Nice frontside ollie on the elbow hip. Oh! Go for the kickflip varial Indy. Risky move from Pedro there.
I would have bet he was going to throw a 5. So
I was
really
thought he was going for the 540.
Maybe he was saving that for the end.
Covering with a lip slide into the frontside ollie. What's he got for these last few hits here? Nice 360. Into the 540. Pedro Barros not quite putting together the run we wanted to see here at Red Bull Roller Coaster. But the crowd is stoked to see Pedro in the flesh here in Munich.
As they should be.
At the start of this, I would have put good money on Pedro making first or second. I always think in a situation like this where you've got a lot of unknowns, that experience and his level of transition skill. And
but is it experience? This is a totally new style of contest with the slopestyle.
I agree. I don't think, it's weird. I almost don't think the experience matters.
All bets are off.
I'm really surprised he fell on that, and I'm actually surprised he didn't try a 5. But I see why he was probably saving it for the end, but that small transition. Huge ollie, that back foot, a little loose.
What I'm getting at, I suppose, is that he skates at such speed in a bowl that that's one element of it that may freak a few people out, but definitely not him.
No.
Nice back 60 on the water gap.
The fans are stoked.
Yeah,
that's always a good thing.
He almost made that 3 look like a setup, didn't he? 5.
It pretty much was. I mean, he was just waiting to boost that 5, and I thought he even pulled that around, but it's tough.
I was just with Pedro in Brazil, and he got second at the Vans Park Series stop #1. Was killing it.
Well, you see how much he means to the fans down there up against the fence.
60.
So 60.66, no improvement for Pedro. Next rider up is Zion Wright, and we sat him down for a couple of words.
I mean, obviously I have set tricks for the run, but it's like, say if maybe I mess up on one thing, it's like, all right, hairball the next thing, or like try to fix the next thing. So it's like a little bit planned out, but like still just going with the flow, you know?
Okay, heard it from the horse's mouth. Nothing too planned out, he's got some ideas. But, I mean, you look at the trick repertoire that he has, the tricks at his disposal.
Zion's got so many tricks, man. It's insane. You never know what he's gonna do. That's why I love watching him skate.
When did he start really breaking out?
It's been a 4 or 5 year build. I mean, he's been a crushing amateur and just turned pro in November for Real Skateboard. So he's been on a steady rise to the top for a few years.
So Zion Wright from Florida. He's done the hard yards and all the amateur comps. Been a couple of shouts early doors for Skater of the Year this year.
Nice nollie 5-0 into that front Smith. Massive alley-oop ollie, keeping his speed into that nose blunt. Get him. There, oh, the tail slide fakie.
And we knew we saw it on the first run. That was such a difficult move.
Trying to recover here with that 540. Oh, no. Zion not staying on the rainbow wall.
Wow.
Nice recovery, 270 lip.
When you fall on a 540, chuck a 270 onto the bar.
Air to disaster. He's gonna throw out all stops for the end of this. Backside 3, Indy 3, excuse me. Backside air to disaster.
Oh!
That was cool.
Original line over the water gap.
He had such a short window to ollie off that tiny flat deck.
Oh, for sure. And the wood, it gets kind of slick, as you can see. I mean, he slid out of kind of 2 things in that run, but I liked the end of that.
There's so much to celebrate in that run, and then, I mean, you had your fists clenched on one stage.
I'm like hurting myself. I have a ring on. I'm imprinting it in my skin, but yeah, it was so good. Nose blunt on the picnic table. This 5, I thought he had it too.
So close.
Slid out there. But then right into this, you got it like 270 back lip. That is so gnarly. I can't think of any other event where you would do a back 5 and then go straight into like one of the gnarliest rail tricks that you could possibly do. So.
This is Red Bull Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
Highs and lows. Plenty of highs in there for Zion Wright, plenty of lows as well.
The kids are hyped though. Like that.
The old body jar to finish for the score.
68.
68, so good enough for 3rd place for Zion Wright. Massive improvement. Leapfrogs Kevin Bakel and Pedro Barros and Danny Leon. So we're coming up to the halfway spot of second runs here at Red Bull roller coaster in Munich Mash. So
I love the kids, they're so happy.
Yeah, it's amazing for them to see US pros. They don't get to see that often at these events.
Oh, it's so unique, and to be at this kind of setting like this, it's definitely really exciting for everybody.
I think the one thing that run really did prove is exactly what you were talking about. No one is going to go half measures here. Like,
no.
Everyone's now like, okay, I'm going to win or I'm going to have some fun.
Completely.
Going for broke.
So up to the top, Curran Caples, your current leader, so relaxed on that first run, and he above everyone has zero pressure now. He can really enjoy this second run. It'd be interesting to see where he steps up here.
Oh, for sure. Is he going to keep it safe again, or is he going to try something totally different?
Yeah, is this a victory lap, or is
Nose blunt
just
so
going for broke?
gnarly.
Looks like he's going for broke.
He might be trying to get to one section where he's going to try something. I love that frontside ollie, all alley
Thing of
like
beauty.
that. Blunt slide.
I like how he pushes for speed here.
Oh yeah. Oh, fell on that little bank. Yeah, I could see him going and trying something totally different right now.
That's such a high-speed nose grind he was going for.
Frontside air into the bank. Japan. Hanging out. Back Smith on the rail. What's he gonna do?
Oh!
I love that.
Frontside flip, pulls it.
God, so cool. Back, throws the back three. I mean, yeah, he's in a unique place. He's in first, so.
Well, 5 riders left to drop, and there's still 10 points of daylight between him and the nearest competitor, Jake Ilardi. He's on an 87, Jake Ilardi on a 77.66.
Yeah, but any of these competitors left could win the whole contest. Vincent Milou, Alex Sorgente, Jamie Foy, Danny Leon, Jake Ilardi, they're all capable of besting an 87.
I'm excited.
Oh, this is going to heat up really fast now.
I need some French fries.
Nice alley-oop ollie there from Curran Caples. The blunt slide every single time. Then I love how he pushes for speed like you need it.
Yeah.
Into that frontside nose grind attempt. Saw him make that in the first run. Nice backside Smith. The frontside flip. This one was so edgy. Barely hanging on.
That's gonna feel so good.
Yeah. Must be nice.
It always amazes me how standard the back Smith has become. Such a difficult position to get both the body and the board into and lock into. And yet they're throwing it in the highest spots of consequence. I think
Curran Caples fans.
I'd put money on the fact that Pedro could put a back Smith almost anywhere.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I would love to see a line through this whole thing where you can only do one trick, but on as many obstacles as you can. So you got to do a Smith grind on everything. Yeah. Back or frontside tail slide, every single thing. That would look so cool. Smelling the pens? What you doing?
Don't do that. It's solvents.
Yeah, so if Curran scores sticks, he will be our winner.
But as you said, we're playing Jeopardy right now. There is no shortage of talent left to drop. So Curran Caples has a long and nervous wait down here in the finish area. See whether or not he can be bested. Let's run through some of these names. Vincent Milou, second place at London Street League. Then we've got Alex Sorgente, probably the most rounded all-terrain vehicle in skateboarding right now. Jamie Foy, Skater of the Year 2017. Danny Leon, arguably Europe's finest transition skater. And then Jake Ilardi. He is my favorite skater, I think. The most stylish Frenchman. He channels the Paris fashion boutique on a skateboard.
Oh yeah, 180 in. Oh! Falling off
That's
again
such a
on
risky
that Facey
move.
Smith. Little nose bonker. Back 50 on the picnic table, trying to get some speed up to that. Ledge, nice front tail. What's he got? I love his frontside airs. Stinky but fun. Frontside alley-oop, power sliding in. Oh, there we go.
Kickflip board slide.
That is so nice. Front blunt after the kicky board. What's he gonna do? Kickflip Indy. Nice.
Yes.
Backside air.
Oh. Needed that kickflip lip slide.
Man, it's crazy that with a couple falls, still the tricks that go down, it's like, you can't be disappointed, you know?
It's so frustrating, isn't it? Because we've seen absolute brilliance there, and it's just going to get crushed by 2 small mistakes.
Well, you want to see everybody do their best run. That's the idea. And
this.
I know.
Kickflip board,
He's
faking
going
every single
so
time.
Fast.
Nice front blunt in the bold corner. Setting himself up for this kickflip Indy over the water gap. It was awesome. Into the backside air. There we go. So good. Into the backside air. Yeah, Vincent. France's finest. And missing that kickflip lip slide at the very end of his run.
So a big smile from Vincent Milo. We got it. I mean, he won't get the score, but I don't feel that cheated. We got to see him skate to his best in that run.
Yeah.
And he's giving it a Chuck Norris hammer blow to the...
Yeah, we're seeing no safety runs whatsoever.
No.
Everyone's going for broke, both runs.
Okay.
Moves up to 6th place, not too shabby.
Next in is Alex Sorgente, and we caught up with him a little bit earlier.
This course is sick because it's like one of a kind. Like I haven't really skated a contest like this before, like in the past. So, I mean, it's rad because you just drop in from the top and you have to like think of all these different tricks to do because there's so many different obstacles. You're literally skating like a street obstacle and then you gotta mix it real quick to some transition obstacles, you know? So it's like, you're all over the place.
And we are in. There you see that half cap 1 foot. Nice backside air. Alex hanging on so far. Keep it together.
Oh!
That alley-oop cab, so sick. Into the Smith grind. This is the Alex Sorgente we all know and love. 50-50 to fakie into the cab blunt. Nice combo. Cutting that corner. Setting up for the mini mega. The backside 3, pulls it. Oh, the alley-oop body jar. Into the feeble grind. That was an amazing, amazing run for Alex Sorgente.
It's unbelievable how much the jeopardy is stepping up with each trick.
Oh, of course.
Oh, wow.
That ollie,
that was heavy.
That ollie into that last section over the tires.
You see how relieved Alex is.
The throwaway gap into the finish area.
That's like...
That was no safety run whatsoever.
That was so great.
And you can see how much it means to him. Look at Pedro, his mind is blown. And when you're talking about that level of skater, what was that, like 4
Alex went for broke and came out with an amazing run there.
Look at this. Let's look at the level of tricks that he's thrown together.
That nose grind.
Massive bank wall.
Full cab alley-oop. I love the speed check. Nice little section through this little corner. He's the king of these half cab blunts. Oh, full cab. He's taking his time, which is really nice because it just really adds more. Oh, I wanted them to show that ollie. That's so gnarly.
Alex's contest experience in this entire run.
Yeah.
I'm cool, collected, but ripping.
Yeah.
Alex Sorgente on a tear from top to bottom.
That's awesome. And yeah, all the dudes are friends, so you can just see the excitement when somebody pulls it together. It's really cool.
All of these guys have been battling the course. It's not so much battling each other, it's more that you're battling the course here, just trying to stay in control and put everything down. You're gonna have to wait a little bit for the score to come in here because it's getting mobbed by the fans.
Judges don't want to mess this one up. That was a run for the ages.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
Okay, it's an 87 to beat. That's what Curran Caples leads on. 84! Well, I don't think Chris Pastras next to me agrees with that.
I would have scored that run higher, just because of the level of difficulty.
I mean, Curran undoubtedly was smooth, silky smooth top to bottom, but the technicality maybe from Sorgenti. We've got Tina down in the finish area now, though, who is with Alex. She can ask him herself.
Yeah, and moving into second, Alex, just what is your take on that run?
Oh my God, I'm so stoked I just made it to the bottom. Like, I kind of went a little easier, like I didn't like do the run I planned on doing at first, but I just want to make a full run because you only have 2 chances, and it worked out, so I'm stoked. I'm in second. It's crazy. Super hyped.
Thanks, Alex.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so those are the standings right now. Curran Capel's still in first, Alex Sorgenti in second, Jake Ilardi third, Zion Wright fourth, Kevin Bakel in fifth, Danny Leon in sixth, Milu, Barros, Foy, Delfino.
The other roommate, Jamie Foy.
Okay, so we've had Zion Wright and Alex Sorgenti. So we get the complete house now with Jamie Foy. Currently in 9th on a 46. There are no question marks over his ability. It's just a question of consistency.
Oh, Wally Crook.
So
Thank you, Wally Crook.
It's unreal.
The back Smith back tail is another one that is really gnarly.
So risky as well. Stay on.
Oh, he heard you.
Frontside ollie north on the hip. What's he got right here?
Oh, that nose grind.
That was great. Nose grind off that.
Oh! So close.
Wow, run into the cameraman. Speeding back up. Full cab.
On a leaf out Sorgenti's boat with the hip ollie.
I love that ollie. Frontside air, so good. Wow. Man, that was really something. Almost coming in with that overcrook at the end.
Just like Vincent Milo, we saw everything we wanted to see from him, but the run, again, marred by 2 tiny mistakes.
It's really hard.
Costly falls.
It's in skateboarding terms, it's superhuman. There's the old-fashioned street skater joke. How many street skaters does it take to screw in a light bulb? 1, but it will take him 26 tries.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what we're seeing here. You've got to mix everything. You've got to be at an incredible level, but you've got to do it consistently.
Oh, totally. And the thing is every single part of this course, whether it be a ramp or a rail, is difficult. None of them are necessarily easy and cheating, so you've got to be really good at kind of the whole field.
Yeah, and it's all downhill. It's just, you're going Mach 9 on every obstacle, so it's challenging.
Okay, we're going to throw down to Tina in the finish area now. What's the gossip down there, Tina?
Well, the guys are still, excited to be here and part of this event, but it's coming down to those final moments where winner will be decided. Now, right now, it's Curran Capels in the lead, followed by Alex Sorgenti. We just talked to him. He's super excited to be on the podium. And then Jake Ilardi. Now, keep in mind, Jake Ilardi is our #1 qualifier, and he still has a run to go, so he's one that could really upset the balance here.
So Jamie Foy, what's he got for us? Creeps up to a 58. So does improve his score, but it doesn't improve his position. He's still behind Pedro Barros, who unbelievably is in 8th place.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? 2 riders left to drop, Danny Leon and Jake Ilardi. You've said it 2 or 3 times before, both of these guys could overhaul Curran. So, Danny Leon, saw a great first run out of him. No question that if this is landed, it's going to be vying for the top spot for me.
Yeah, Danny's definitely got the difficulty level, especially on the transition obstacles. Coming out of Spain, and he's in. Nice nollie nose grind. The backside tail. Keeping his speed. Massive tweaked frontside boneless. There's the cradle slide. The BF Goodrich table. Nice wall ride. Oh, going for the 270 lean over the hip. Makes it into the tweaked stalefish. This is a great run from Danny Leon. Front feeble.
Wow.
Taking some risks. Back 5-0 into the front blunt. Into that layback every single time.
It's
Love
a thing
that
of
combo.
beauty.
This end is crucial. There's the Indy 3. Into the Madonna. Into a nose blunt.
Wow.
On the bank to bar. That was an amazing
Round of
run
applause.
from
Really
Danny
good.
Leon.
Round of applause.
That is going to give Curran a run for his money, for sure.
Oh, that is a nervous wait.
I don't know. He didn't do a flip trick.
True.
I think that's huge right now.
That is a really good point. That front side flip in that really tight corner.
Like that's, I don't know. I wouldn't judge that run higher than Curran's.
Okay.
Nice nollie nose grind to kick things off. And third wall, he does that massive boneless.
I love that though.
Trail blunt slide, so difficult. Dad's happy. Then we got the tweaked stale fish. Love this combo. The backside 5-0 through the bolt corner into the front blunt.
But if taking Nora's point, the front blunt is very much a stock trick. We've seen that a lot of times. The front side flip in that corner we haven't seen.
Yeah.
We'll see if our judges agree with you guys. Nice nose blunt
great.
there.
What did Curran put over the water gap?
Believe it was
a tweaked air.
Tweaker air on that first run.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's very close.
It's hard.
But the front side, how much weight? Exactly as you said, how much weight goes on the front side?
There's a few things. He does the nose grind too on that really difficult bank wall.
The moment of truth.
All
It's
awaiting
well into the
scores,
70s, he's
and
into the 80s.
wow!
Wow.
All the way up to an 89.
Wow.
Shocker.
Interesting.
My first instinct was first, but I actually think you're right. But
I actually don't think he beat Sargent. Yeah, that's a hard one.
really, really tough, but it's a conversation to have with the judges afterwards.
Curran, as shocked as you guys are here in the booth.
Currently cabled.
So that puts Danny Leon in first place. One guy that's capable of taking him out, though, is our next skater.
Yeah, it is
Jake Alardi.
far from over. So the kid just making his step up into the big leagues. He's been absolutely killing the AM ranks in the States. First time to Europe, and he's exporting some very valuable culture at the moment.
Jake Alardi is in the back Smith into the front Smith to tail, keeping his speed. The alley-oop 50 every time. Nice backside tail slide. The wall ride, keeping his speed, no speed checking at all. Massive frontside air. Turns around, make it.
Oh, wow!
I saw him trying that for practice.
Hold
Into the
on,
big spin
Jake!
front board to fakie.
You gotta be kidding
This is
me.
an epic run.
Hold on, Jake.
Jake Alardi.
You could see the stoke in the pop out
Yeah.
of the front blunt.
Hold on, Jake.
Nice Indy 3. In the kick
Wow!
Indy.
Look at him on the course.
Wow, the guys are rushing the course because
That
they
was
know.
sick.
That was insane.
Talk about adding
Look at
some
them all.
difficulty and some flip tricks.
I've got chicken skin down
I
here.
wish I was down there. I want to jump in
Wow.
that.
How
that
easy would it
was
have been
heavy.
for Jake Ilardi to have got down into that finish area and
That
have said,
heel flip Indy was so difficult.
Perfect.
he could have backed away at any moment there as he came in. He didn't need those last three tricks. He could have gone totally stock.
No.
But he kept upping it all
Yeah.
the way through.
Wow.
And that's what it's about, though, is
The
That's
boys
amazing.
congratulating him
he's so
because
stoked.
they know that was a very difficult run.
Florida zone, baby.
Wow. If you're a biological scientist, you're going to use that as a pure example of muscle memory. That was phenomenal.
Look at that.
Heel flip Indy. That
Perfect.
was so risky. I didn't even see him try that in practice.
I saw him try that 15 times and he didn't get one of them.
No.
He was just working it,
right
working
into the
it.
big spin front board.
And then this section, Indy back 3.
Barely having time to set his
Varial
footing.
flip Indy,
Just
and
had
then
a
hits the rail.
millisecond.
And look at the dudes.
And the
I
guys
love
are
it.
already celebrating.
That's
Wow.
so cool. I love that.
This is the skateboarding equivalent of slow-cooked ribs. It took a while to get there. We've had a couple of big-name riders drop runs, but what a finish. Last man down throws down one of the most incredible runs you'll see. If you need proof that this format works, you've just seen it. Jake Ilardi take the
9
bow.
club.
Whoa! Wow! Do you think it would have been 100? They just didn't have 3 digits to play with.
I see a 95 on the scoreboard. But wow, that was so amazing.
He gave his hat. That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Look at that kid. He's like, can you sign my shoe? No, you can have my cap.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Alardi has officially arrived on the professional skateboarding scene.
Yeah. We just like looked into the future.
That was ridiculous. Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous. We've been talking for so long about the level of consistency. Can you really do all of those super hard tricks? And proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's silenced everyone there.
That was something else. I want to give him a hug. That was really rad.
Well, Danny Leon, for a second, thought he was dreaming of that
almost
title.
Celebrating, almost popping the champagne.
Hey, I still feel bad for Curran, you know. Gotta give props to these guys.
It happens fast.
But it's not easy to put together your best run down this, and I think Danny, I think Jake, and I think Curran really did. So, and Sorgente. So, that was really awesome.
Yeah, there is still that question mark. That was going to be the debate up to that point, whether Sorgente was undermarked. We definitely need to have a look at that run when we go to the post-show so that we can analyze it carefully. In the moment, it's very difficult to call it, but judges right now, they're going to be on the paracetamol. That was an enormous headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And man, we just saw the future of skateboarding with Jake Alardi's run there. It was just so heavy. Reflected in the scores with a 95. So good.
So, Alardi in first, Danny Leon second, Curran Caples in third, Sorgente fourth, Zion Wright in fifth. And we have Tina down in the finish area now, who is with the one and only Jake Alardi.
Wow. Jake is down here celebrating, the fans asking for the autograph. But Jake, how much were you willing yourself to stay on your board at the end of that run?
I mean, I qualified first yesterday, so obviously I was the last guy to go. I mean, Curran and everybody, Curran, Danny, everybody, they put down super solid runs. Curran came out first with that, what was it? I think it was like a 87, yeah, and then Danny with the what did he get, a 90, he got a 90 something, but those dudes killed it, but they definitely put the pressure on me, so I don't know, I had to stay on my board, I had to do it, so.
To be down here at the end, though, and know that you won and have those guys come up to you to congratulate you, I mean, you've been coming up the ranks this year, and now to win this, what does that mean?
I'm lost for words right now. It feels amazing, but this just shows you like the amazing sportsmanship skateboarders have. Like no other sports, when the other dude wins, the other team is gonna come up or competitors are gonna come up and congratulate you. So, I mean, that's exactly why I love skating. So,
congratulations! What a big win and performance,
so much,
guys.
Thank you, Tina. Look at that level of stoke.
You can see how just stoked and excited and surprised he is.
It looks like the travel agrees with him.
He's stoked because he was talking to me about buying a car so that he could skate more. So good on you, Jake.
And he's really paid his dues, hasn't he? This is a kid who for the last 4 years has just been doing. I looked through all of the results lists on him,
and he's building a momentum.
Yeah, and he's literally, it's not that mercurial talent. He's got the skate talent, but he's had to work really, really hard to break down the nerves and to become that consistent.
Yeah, and he's won a couple small amateur contests, but this is definitely the biggest event he's ever won. So I'm super, super stoked for Jake right now.
Yeah.
Incredible performance.
Amazing, really fun to watch.
You've ridden this course. Did you think you'd see a run like that?
No, I mean, I don't want to, yes, because I know these guys and I know what they're capable of and I know how they feed off of each other, so that's another aspect. But when I was seeing them not put it together, that was hard.
Hey, this is Pedro Boss and I'm from Brazil. Started skateboarding almost when I was 1, you know, that was my first contact. And everybody around my life has something to do with skating. So my whole life pretty much now is skateboarding, and it's traveling here, there, and it's all for skateboarding and something has to do with it. And it's insane to think that maybe something that when I went to school, the kids or the teachers or anybody thought it was just something that was maybe like a joke or something I was playing around with is actually my life. It's my career, it's what I love to do. You know, it's everything. A course coming from the mountain, aren't you gonna have too much speed hitting the obstacles? And I didn't think it was gonna work, and then I saw the whole preview on 3D and I was like, whoa, that is just way too crazy. I don't think we're gonna be able to make one line all the way down. But I got here and it's impressively a lot better than what I expected, and that's great because usually when you come with your expectations low and you get surprised, it's always better. And it's really fun to skate, it's working good. The wood and everything is super firm so it's not wobbling around. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. So it's one way and you got all these obstacles in front of you and you pretty much gotta try to hit it all. But with that, you're going downhill, so you're fast and you got some gnarly obstacles which are also hard. It's something that is completely different to any other competition. I don't think you can even really compare it. It's something fun, it's something different, and for sure new. So I think that's always, you know what I mean, like fun and exciting.
Welcome back. This is the post show here at Munich Mash Red Bull roller coaster, a completely new skate format that's been tested out today on 10 of the best all-terrain vehicles in skateboarding. What was the verdict? Do you think it delivered?
Definitely, I think we saw the future of skateboarding in Jake Alardi's run right there. Just, he's a total hybrid. He can rip street and he can do 540s. He's got the complete package. Did it all with speed and power, aggression. So yes, I think the Red Bull roller coaster was punctuated there by Jake Alardi.
Okay, Nora, your verdict?
I'm here and I had fun, so yeah, I think it was a success.
I suppose the big question is that it was almost cruel in a way that it felt like we were asking so much from the riders, and a lot of them laid down incredible runs, but then tiny mistakes cost them, and you sort of felt like, oh, you want to give them something, but is that the future of skateboarding, this level of consistency?
I think so. I also think that even adding one more run could change the game. Honestly, mentally thinking about doing only 2 runs, it really messes with you. And then if you mess up that first run, it's just intense. I think that third run could really change things.
And I think with the slope style, it's a bit do or die. You know, I talked about it earlier in the broadcast. When you're at a street event, you have warm-up obstacles. You can skate the fun box or hit the ledge, keep your legs warm. Here, it's like you're dropping into a mountain. You know what I mean? It's like slope style skiing. There's no warm-up. So I think that was a case of the guys just not, some of them not being warm.
It feels very much like we're at a junction at the moment in skateboarding where it's heading towards the Olympics and people are going to specialize in street and park. Is there a place for events like this that demand you do everything?
I think for sure, because it's exciting. You know what I mean? That was such a fun contest to watch. And like Nora said, I think if the guys had a 3rd or 4th run, we would have seen a lot more people put it together with complete runs.
I agree. And I think it's the first of its kind. So it's a long way for it to go, you know. And each time that an event like this is held and each time guys skate this, you get used to it, so.
Okay, we're gonna, now the dust has settled, we're gonna recap some of the action. And the first and most contentious thing we want to take a look at is Alex Sorgenti's second run. He laid down a very, very clean run. We need to take a look at it though, just to see if we think he was underscored. Was this run worth a place on the podium?
Yes.
Nora.
The alley-oop cab. I agree with you, Nora. Definitely had a level of difficulty that I'd say was podium worthy.
I mean, even stuff like that, which for him was honestly kind of a setup trick. And then the little almost, not accidents, but they don't show it, but he did this great ollie over the corner of one of the courses. But yeah, he finished strong.
Improvisations, aren't they? And he was so strong all the way down, but ultimately he was held out. Another skater who we saw come so close, but he fell on one of the biggest tricks of the day, Zion Wright.
Yeah.
You take a look at this run, and you always say it's so much power.
Yeah, course designer Ollie Bergen said he had Zion Wright in mind when he designed this course. He probably had never even heard of Jake Alardi at the time. 270 lip.
And he'd just fallen off on that rapid rainbow behind him there, hadn't he? And as you said, Nora, he just set up out of nowhere into 270 onto that bar.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel a little bit better after it. I'm like, oh, they are human beings. Okay.
Indy 3 into the
that body bag.
Disaster. So sick. Then ollieing the water gap. Still a solid run. Able to recover from that fall.
Okay, those were two of the riders who didn't quite make the podium. We can come up to the podium now, though, and take a look at third place. It was an absolutely stunning run from Curran Caples on his first drop.
Yeah, nose blunting into the bank. Nice tail slide there on the bank to ledge. Setting himself for that massive alley-oop ollie. Sick blunt slide, pushing one of the few people to push through the course, as if he needed any more speed.
Yeah. I don't know, I still view this as second place. Something about the
about Curran's flow.
I mean, he starts it off with a nose blunt slide in a really precarious situation.
Yeah, right?
That was the centerpiece, though.
That front side flip.
Oh, totally. That, the nose grind, there was a lot of things that I don't think anybody else could
Maybe
do.
you should have added in that back 360 there.
That could be the difference. That was the part of the run I couldn't remember. Those two tricks, and those, if you were splitting hairs, that's where he kind of just got through the end of the run.
Lost the difficulty, but still an amazing run from Curran. Stoked he put it all together.
Okay, well, let's take a look. Tina Dixon is up here with us now. What was it like down there, Tina?
I mean, that last part of the competition was insane, and I left there just feeling so much excitement. And I think when you leave an event like that, just feeling like the heart's still racing and everyone's just like overall just excited and stoked on this, you know the right guy won, and you know it was a good event.
It was a slow burner, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It took its time to get there, but the reaction from the skaters when Jake finished that run said everything.
It said everything, yeah, and it's still going on down there. It's still celebrating. And Danny Leon, I talked to him yesterday, and I was like, could you imagine winning this event? Like, what would it mean to you if you did? And he's like, no, there's no way. He's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm so nervous on that picnic table. Like, that was the part that was freaking him out. So
this is his run.
Yeah, and then look what he did.
Skater.
He was in first place until the last run.
Yeah.
But he did a great job of adapting to the street obstacles, that crail slide, so sick. Nice wall ride, keeping his speed. That alley-oop lean is so difficult right there.
Yeah.
See, maybe that's one of the differences between his and Curran's run.
I mean,
front feeble.
It's totally different. But yeah, it's crazy because I think every time you watch a run, you see stuff you didn't notice the first time.
We missed out on the layback there.
Yeah, I like that.
So that was Danny Leon in second place. So Jake Ilardi, we got on a phone call a week ago, and you saw the start list, and you were like, Jake Ilardi.
I picked out his name. Yeah, he's just a contest destroyer. You know, when you talk about all-terrain vehicles, this kid is the future. He's it.
Yeah.
Backside Smith grind in, the Smith grind tail slide on the bank to ledge.
Let's not forget as well, he's a young kid, and it's last run of the
17
contest.
Years old.
So much pressure.
Yeah.
Well, and that's interesting, Chris. You said this earlier, like, at some of the contests before this, he would get really nervous and like not in the right mindset, but he seems to have all put that together.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, well, he's been skating a ton of amateur contests, the top amateur contests in the world. He did well at Tampa Am and Phoenix Am this year, and the level of skateboarding these days, those amateur contests, it's practically pro.
This, for me, is where it's all won, because he's done so much, and he could easily have sat back there, but instead he throws those down.
Yeah, and look at the dude, like, the boys know it too. I mean, that's what this is about, is going kind of like above and beyond.
I think you said it best, Nora. We just had a little glimpse into a crystal ball of the future of skateboarding.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely breathtaking.
Equally as scared as I am excited.
Buckle up. That kid's only 17 years old.
Seriously.
Your pro career's just started. You've got a bit of work to do.
Yeah, you're only
Goodbye.
23.
I'm going to leave now, guys. They got this.
You got plenty of time. I'm 45.
Okay, the podium is going down now. We can take a look at this. Jake Ilardi soaking up his first big elite victory on his first ever trip to Europe. He accosted me in the canteen and was asking me, what, is that pasta? And I was like, no, that's gnocchi. It's like a joke. Oh, man, I'm so excited about enjoying European culture. I just want to soak up this adventure. He's got a hell of a story to take home now.
Yeah, making the Florida boys proud.
So Jake Ilhardi enjoying the podium there with Curran Caples and Danny Leon. We've said goodbye to Tina Dixon, but we've got David O'Keefe in here, the wakeboarder.
How are you guys? I'm very excited to be here. I thoroughly enjoyed the skating there today, and tomorrow we have some extraordinary wakeboarding going down.
There's some cable, they've got the cable set up just around the corner here on the lake.
Yeah, just around the corner we've got the most insanely intense and like kind of creative setup we've seen in a while wakeboarding, and we've got 12 of the best riders from all over the world. It's gonna be an amazing day.
Okay, it's live on Red Bull TV tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. David and I will be here. An incredible day of action here on Red Bull TV. We saw the BMX finals earlier on, and now we've cleaned up with the roller coaster here. Red Bull Roller Coaster, a brand new skate format that has delivered. 12 noon on Red Bull TV tomorrow. We've also got Crankworks from Leger in France. That delivered last week in Innsbruck. You can watch that on demand if you missed it. The finals of Slope will be going down at noon tomorrow though. Do not miss that. For now though, here at Red Bull Roller Coaster, thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Grammy gold cups like my name is B. I go all the way up. Who that's Remy? I done killed a lot of haters. I ain't pulled a trigger. I done killed a lot of stages. Took a lot. Bow down, pray to God, asked him for forgiveness. He told me, daughter, do your thing. Make sure you keep it lit. Make sure you keep it lit.